welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with the Morning Magpie, just a little Newcastle United news roundup with some stories about the football club. We're going to get stuck right into this in a minute. It's all about number 9s today, past and present. So we're going to get stuck right into this story. And the first story really is we have two of our former number 9s that are up for the Premier League Hall of Fame. That's right. The new Premier League Hall of Fame inductee list is out. There's a massive list of names of players, some unbelievable players, some of the best players who've ever graced the Premier League. And thankfully for Newcastle United, two of our former sons and number 9s have been nominated. So it's quite pertinent, actually, we're talking about this particular player. So this is the first player we're talking about. Yes, you remember him very well. It's King Cole, Andy Cole himself. So he played for Newcastle United in a stunning spell, really, from 1993 to 1995, when he was actually sold to this weekend's opponents, Manchester United, for I think it was around about 7 million quid, I wanted to say. We signed Andy Cole for 1.75 million from, I think it was Bristol City, I think it was, former Arsenal youth player. And he was just phenomenal at Newcastle United, wearing this shirt, or the replica of this shirt is representing with a great partnership with Peter Beardsley. He managed to score 68 goals in 84 games for Newcastle United in an unbelievable spell. Just what a player. Lucky enough to have seen him, to have remembered him. A lot of the younger fans today will have no clue really what Andy Cole was all about, but just a deadly centre forward, criminally underused by England in all fairness. But when he was at Newcastle United, he wore a number 9 shirt, and KK got the best out of him, paired him with Peter Beardsley even. He was just absolutely brilliant. I think in one season he got 41 goals for Newcastle United, Golden Boot winner. I believe he certainly won one of the PFA awards that year. Top of my head, I can't remember what it was. Player of the Year, possibly a Young Player of the Year. He was signed to Manchester United, our title rivals at that particular point. An unbelievable move. Nobody could believe it happened. Keegan had to go on the steps outside St James's Park and explain to everybody to trust him, to believe in him, that he had a plan. We were all devastated. Fans demanded answers. Strangely enough, there was a young Northern Irish lad who came as part of that deal, who in Keith Gillespie ended up being the best right wingers we've ever had. But KK did have a plan, and that plan entailed signing Andy Cole's replacement that following season, which was the other inductee to the Premier League Hall of Fame. Yes, you guessed it, it is none other than Sir Les Ferdinand, MBE. We'll give him his full title at Newcastle United. And Sir Les, I mean, what a footballer Sir Les was. In terms of a centre forward, a lot of people say there's comparisons to Callum Wilson. There's probably got some comparisons to Les. Callum's a great player, but Les, good God, Les Ferdinand in this current transfer market, I don't know how much you'd have to pay to get a player like Les Ferdinand. Quick, strong, great goal scorer, unbelievable in the air. Seemed to have a leap on him that was incredible. He had ice on his head. When he come back down, he jumped that high. Unbelievable player. In terms of his goal record for us, again, just phenomenal. Really, he was here from I believe it was 95 to 96. 95 to 97, I beg your pardon. So he only had a short spell with Newcastle United, pretty criminally a short spell with Newcastle United. Kenny Dalglish sold him to Spurs famously. And then Shearer snapped his ligaments pre-season, and the story goes that they tried to ring Les to beg it would come back, and he basically said, too late, see you later. But when he was at Newcastle United, Les had 84 appearances for us, 50 goals, 16 assists. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. 50 goals in 84 games. I mean, God, the kind of striker you would expect that to be in this day and age. You would have to pay over probably near 100 million plus for a striker like that. But he was absolutely brilliant. Was Les Ferdinand for Newcastle. He wore the number 9 shirt. Really replaced Andy Cole in so many ways. That following season, I know Paul Kitson played before that and he did an all right job, but it wasn't quite the same as Andy Cole. But when Les came back in with the number 9, we all thought, right, that's it, we've got the replacement there. And then the following summer, we only go and break the British transfer record and sign Alan Shearer. Alan asked for the number 9 shirt. Les, I wouldn't say happily, but accepts. Takes the number 10 off Lee Clark. We're all worried maybe does it rattle Les Ferdinand. Him and Shearer end up, forming the possibly the most deadliest partnership that the club has arguably ever seen. 49 goals in one season, the pair of them scored. between them, including that demolition of this weekend's opponents, Manchester United, 5-0. Wouldn't mind another one of them on Sunday, would we? But just a phenomenal footballer. Both of them phenomenal players, great number 9s. Inductees into the Hall of Fame. Obviously, Andy Cole went on to represent Manchester United extremely well. Won everything there is to win with them. Is rightly adored by that fan base as well, and a great striker himself. But yeah, 2 of the Premier League's finest ever strikers, 2 of Newcastle United's finest ever number 9s. So good luck to them both. The announcements will be out soon. I voted for both of those guys, and Rio Ferdinand, funnily enough, with my third choice, because I just think he's arguably one of the best defenders that the Premier League has ever seen. So that was my 3 choices. Let us know who are your 3 choices in the comments below, if you guys had voted for the guys in the recent poll. But yeah, it should be interesting to see who gets inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame, player-wise, manager-wise. Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger have been inducted, which is only right, because those 2 guys are institutions in themselves. So yeah, it's great to see these players and managers of the past, being honoured by the Premier League, and long may it continue, in my opinion. But that's the strikers of yesteryear. So our number 9 currently at the minute is Callum Wilson. So Callum Wilson has been off form a little bit this season, it's safe to say. Certainly after the World Cup, he's brilliant going into the World Cup, but after the World Cup, he looks like he's really suffered from burnout. He's really struggled. But in all fairness, Callum has been out. He's been talking on his football podcast, which I absolutely adore. I think it's brilliant. The banter between him and Antonio is unbelievable. But he said he feels rested. He feels recuperated from his break in Dubai, away with the lads not too long back there. So he said he's looking to come back, and the goals are going to flow, apparently, is what Callum said, including winding Antonio up about getting goals against West Ham, in the Wednesday game, in a week's time. Actually, no, sorry, beg your pardon, this Wednesday coming after the Manchester United game. So he does love a goal against West Ham, does Callum. So hopefully we'll get to see him back in the goal trail. I'm not sure he'll start against Manchester United. I think Isak earns that start, and he deserves that start. I'd be disappointed if Wilson's straight back in the team. If he looks good in training, firing him in, I'd rather keep him off the bench, or maybe Eddie Howe will try a 2 up front job. But I think he'll probably stick with Isak leading the line. But it'll be great to see Callum back in the goals, because we need Callum's goals. We need his leadership up there. We need his quality. I think him and Isak both together have a huge part to play in firing Newcastle United into a top 4 finish come the end of the season. And it should be a really exciting final 12 games for the club, if those 2 can stay fit and the rest of the guys can come back. Miggy's back as well. Joe Linton's back this weekend by all accounts. Anthony Gordon's shaking off his ankle injury. So we're hopefully looking in good shape for this game at the weekend. But yeah, it'd be great to see our current number 9 pop up with a goal at the weekend, just off the back of these past number 9s having some recognition as well. But that's everything we've got for today, guys, on the Morning Magpie. Really hope you enjoyed it. If this is your kind of thing, please click subscribe. I'd love you to come and join us. If you like the video too, it would really help. All free content, Evermore, 2 weekly shows, Mondays and Wednesdays, and pop-up videos just like the one you watch. So smash the button. You won't regret it. No ITK nonsense, just good, honest Newcastle United chat and stats. So give us a try, and like I say, you won't regret it. And wherever you are, guys, have a great morning, Magpies. We'll catch you later. Cheers.